So here, if we check this table count star, I am not getting the values here because of this the synonym in the app schema. So on table it is in the PO schema. So that we can use the one more table, that is select count star from all underscore tab columns. Okay. So in this, I will first select star from all underscore tab columns. You will get the all the information, including the owner of the table information, everything you will get it here. Based on that, you can write the query like that. Select star from count star, count star from all underscore tab column where table name like, or you can say directly PO others all and owner. Here is the owner is important. Owner is equals to, that is schema name. So have in the PO schema, so that you can write the owner is equals to PO. Then you will get the so total columns in this table is 166. So but here user underscore tab columns, there is no information about the owner of the table name, so that you won't get the complete details here. You will get only app schema, whatever the schema you are working for that in that where whatever the tables are there, that column details you can get it from the user underscore tab columns. Okay. So here only table name will be there, column names will be there, and there is no owner information here. Okay. So that we can use this another table, that is R underscore tab columns. In this we have the owner information also. Owner means that is the schema name. Okay. Schema name also we can provide. Based on that we can give you this information here. Okay. Suppose if it is not provided here, then it is coming 310 count. So when I provide the owner is equals to PO, then how many columns I am getting? Only 166. But when I am giving the only table name, I am getting 310. Why? So you can, instead of the count, you can check this information here. So it is having the PO schema. And is there any other schema it is available? So this is okay. Bifin is the another schema name that is having, so that we are getting the extra column numbers count when you are using without the owner name here. Okay. Like this, you have to verify the tables, what are the existing tables, in which schema it is there, what is the surname it is having. Everything you can get the information based on this data dictionary tables. Okay. So immediately suppose in the above example, so when I count taken, I'm getting 0 means immediately you can get the some doubt, so that whether it is a table or not. So it is the table in the PO schema, but in the app schema it is having the synonym. So that here we are getting the 0 count here. Whereas with this all underscore tab columns, I am getting the information count how many columns are there based on that conditions here. Okay. So now coming back to our topic, that is constraints. So Suppose I created the table without the constraint. So create table test12 underscore 11 EID, ename, salary. So now I have created the table. Can I now add the constraint for this table? Can we add the constraint for this table now? So how can we add the constraint here? So once the table is created, if table modification to be done, what we have to do?
To make commit.
క్లియర్గా వినిపించలేదు మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి.
We have to make commit.
No, commit is for the data saving purpose. So when you are inserting the data into table, or if you are deleting from the table or updating the data from the table, then we will use the commit. But that commit is only for the DML operations. Okay, this is the create table is the DDL operation. So for the DDL operation, what we have to do once the table is created? So if you want to modify the table, what you are going to do?
Alter.
Yes.
Alter table.
Yeah, this is the basic information you have to follow. Okay, about the DDL and DML operations. What operation we are doing here that we have to observe here. So we are creating the table here. Okay, creation of the table means that is comes under DDL. Okay, DML means data insertion, updation, deletion. It will come. So for that it is commit is required. But this is the DDL command, so that we have to use the alter command to modify this table structure. Okay. So whenever you are dealing with the DDL commands, you have to remember the all the commands. What are the commands available in the DDL and what are the commands available DML operations. Based on that only you can able to do the work fastly. Okay. That is the reason I'm spending a lot of time to explain all these things. Otherwise, I can say simply 3-4 examples I can continue to next classes. Okay. We have to be careful with the all the notes, whatever I am sending, you have to be go through everything. So now we are going to already table is created. Once the table is created, we have to go through the DDL commands. That is to modify the structure, we have to use the alter command. Otherwise, again, you have to delete this entire table and recreate with the required structure. That means you can use the constraint name, but that is not possible in every time. So in the here we are creating the, if it is table is there, we are dropping the table and recreating the table is easy. But in the real time, you should not delete the table existing tables. Okay. So you can modify the tables because there might be lot of data in the table. So once you delete, you can not get back the data, so that you should not delete on the real-time jobs. Only you have to use the alter command. Once the table is created, you have to use the alter command to modify the structure. Okay. So alter table, table name, add constraint, pk underscore eid underscore 11 I'm giving primary key on eid column. Okay. So before that I'll use the describe command. Okay. Describe test12 underscore 11. So here, observe here, only column names, data type it is there. Once I alter this table, so table is altered. Again check this describe command. Here, not null it is added here. So we are added the primary key. Primary key means that is column should not contain null values and you should not contain duplicate values. But here in the structure it will describe, it will show not null here. Not null means value should present for this column. Okay. Previously before altering the table there is empty in this null. Okay. Here it is now not null. So you can use the alter command to modify the existing table. So now I want to add the unique constraint and check constraint also. Then how can I add? So I can use you can create one more table, and after that you can use the alter table name, and add the constraint names. Suppose already name is there, so that on the name I am going to use the another constraint, alter table name, add constraint, unique constraint underscore 11 on the ename column. So table is altered. Now you can check this again, table here. Okay, where we can check the constraints. Select star from user underscore constraints where table name is equals to our table name. I will give test 12 underscore 11. Okay, so see this primary key and unique key. So what are the names were provided for this constraint? That name it is defined here. Okay, so that is username. Same way you can add the one more constraint that is check constraint for the salary. So how can I use this? Alter table name, add constraint check constraint check underscore salary, and check constraint, that is salary should be equals to 10,000 only. That means whenever you are going to insert into this column, so that should be 10,000 only it will accept. Okay. So you can use the alter command to modify the existing structure, or you can use the alter command to add the constraints. So same way you can use for the modification of the constraint also, you can use the alter command with the modify. So whenever we are adding constraint to the existing table, so we are using the alter with add constraint name. So to modify, what we have to do? You can use the one constraint to another constraint. Simply you can use this syntax. So that is alter table name, modify column name, constraint key name, and another constraint name you have to provide. So now we already given this constraint for the employee ename. What is there? Alter table name, modify ename constraint, NN underscore name not null. Okay. Previously we created unique constraint here. So now I'm going to modify this constraint with the not null. Table is altered. You can check this table here. Here see this one more is added because of the check constraint, and for the name it is not null constraint is added here. The name is not null. Okay. So how will you drop if it is constraint is not required? Then how will you drop this constraint? You can use the alter table name, drop constraint key name we have to provide. Okay. So already we have the constraints here. So to drop these constraints, we have to provide the constraint name. So for that, we have to use this syntax, that is alter table. Our table name is test12 underscore 11 drop constraint. What is the constraint name here? You can say this. These are the 4 constraints on this table. Okay. So I will list one by one. Okay. Alter table name drop constraint name we have to provide. So table is altered. You can check here. This table. So here primary key constraint is removed. Now suppose if I say I want to remove this constraint also, then I can use here same way. This also I am going to remove. Alter table name drop constraint name. Then you can use the check this constraint table. There is now only one constraint, that is not null constraint on the e name. Okay. So like this you can add the constraint to existing table using the alter command, alter add. So to modify, you can use the alter modify. To drop the constraint, you can use the alter with drop. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
If I am not used constant name, then how able to do alter?
Then you have to find the first that names from the all underscore constraints is the table is there, no? Okay. Suppose if you say we have created one more. Okay, I will use the like operator. I can use XX percentage. So if it is system generated, you have to come to this table and note down this constraint name. Suppose we'll take some other example here. What is the table name here? Okay, this table name will consider. So in this XXDEPT3, okay, what are all the constraint it is there? Only it is having one constraint. Okay, then you have to copy this and you can use this here. So table name must be this. Alter table name, drop constraint. This is system generated constraint name that we have to provide. Okay, here the primary key constraint, it is a reference key, it is there. So that first we have to remove that reference key constraint and then only it will remove from here. One minute, we'll take another table. Remove the table. So in this now we have this constraint name. This is the table name here. I am going to drop this is system generated name. So here you can see that generated name. not the user defined name. So then I am going to use the alter table name drop constraint. Then this table is altered, you can see. Now you can check this table. There is no constraint here. So if you provide the name, then you can use that name. So even though in the real time, so suppose that today you are created constraint, but later after 2-3 months you want to delete the constraint name, you won't remember. So that you have to first check this table user underscore constraint table. You can verify with this on this table how many constraints are there, which constraint you want to remove. That name you have to note down. Then you have to use the alter table name drop constraint and system generated name you have to provide here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is about the constraints. Next, we'll move to joins. Okay. So join is table joins based on the table joining. So you will get the information. It is used to retrieve the data from the more than one table. Why we use the joins? To get the information based on the multiple tables. Okay. So how we are getting that information? So how to join? How many joins are there? In this tomorrow we'll continue. Okay. So any doubts on the constraints?
No, sir.
Okay. So everyone should prepare the so after my class at least 3-4 hours at least you have to spend on these topics. Okay. Then only you can remember. So otherwise daily listening the class and after that no practice means so you will be dumb only. Okay. You should be able to tell immediately whenever I am stopping here in between asking the questions. You should be able to explain immediately. That is all the completed topics only I am asking you. Okay. DDL commands, DML commands. So that is the basic thing for the this course. Okay. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow.